Hall of Fame shit, nigga. Keep it. Come on, get out there. Get out there. Good catch, my boy. 5 Unit Nation, man. Number one, man.
Oh my God, run this shit up, man. Let's go on. We found.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of SGDS Same Goes Different Struggle Podcast. I am your host, Ajay, and this is episode 90, y'all. If you haven't heard of me before, you're new to the channel. I talk politics, sports, what don't I talk? Relationships, a little bit of everything, y'all. Before I get started, please, to all the people who return that ain't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. All of my new people, please subscribe, like, comment, do what you got to do, man, to get this message out, y'all. Today, man, I'm probably mainly going to be focused on sports. So we've been having a whole bunch of firing, and I probably should have talked about this yesterday, but as you know, the Falcons did do some cleaning out of yesterday, man. So really, they clean house, y'all. I ain't even gonna shortcut you. They about fired every motherfucker about it. From Rich McKay ass, Terry on Fournette, and Raheem Morris. I think the GM one was a little bit of a surprise to everybody because of how he drafted this upcoming year. But I could tell you like this: what probably got Terry fucked up and fired, was that quarterback situation 2 years ago where he got down. We signed Kirk Cousins for all that money, 4 years, $180 million, overpaying his ass, and then drafting another goddamn quarterback with our first round draft pick. Bye, baby. Love you. Have a good day. All right. Thank you. You feel me? So that situation is kind of crazy, bro. Like, I think Terry, he did good with this year draft, but it wasn't enough to save his ass. Because we had our biggest problem now is still quarterback. Even after drafting, we went through 4 different quarterbacks with Terry under our belt. You feel me? Some people probably are still upset that he drafted Kyle Pitts so high. You know what I mean? Especially with Jamar Chase and everything. And then you gotta, we missed out on Michael Parsons. We missed out on a lot of players that probably could have helped us then. Y'all know how I feel though. I'm glad he drafted Kyle Pitts. I just feel like we didn't ever have a fucking quarterback to really give him the ball. The year that Kyle Pitts got drafted, that was Matt Ryan's, I think, second or last year, and he was about as sorry as he was when we first got him. So I don't give a fuck how nobody else feel about that. That's another thing. We about to put his motherfucking ass in office. But I want to let y'all ask y'all this to all my Falcon fans. How do y'all feel about off the blank right now? Because really, before I get on the black people and how they got fired, we need to talk about Rich McKay, y'all. Why the fuck was Rich McKay even still involved when he told us with football operations, when he told us that they took away all that shit? Off the blanks literally lied in our fucking page. Then he want to write us a 4-page letter like he a Leo or something yesterday, talking about how he's disappointed and all this bullshit. But bro, you done lied to us for how long now? Look at this shit. Like, Raheem Morris knew he was gone probably. They've been lying to us. He's been trying to sell us hope. The Atlanta Falcons owner Arthur Blank announced another organization shakeup less than 12 hours after firing head coach Raheem Morris and general manager Terry Fournette. In an opening letter to fans on Monday, Blanks confirmed that Rich McKay will no longer serve as the Falcons team president and CEO. Didn't he tell us earlier, I think last year, that he took away all his football shit privilege, but he was gonna stay? He really lied to us. So I don't really trust Arthur Blank no way. And like I said before, and my homies know, you need to sell the motherfucking team to somebody that really know what the fuck they're doing. Cause I'm sick of Arthur Blank ass. We are going, this is probably our eighth year going, not being able to go into the playoffs. And the sad part about it is it's be the same fucking record. You got a 7-9, 7-9, and then you got 7-10, 7-10. Then now we got 8-9. it be the whole. It's like it's so much inconsistency with this guy, bro. It's like our team is so bipolar. It don't make no sense. I'm incredibly grateful to Rich for his 20 plus years of direct leadership with the Falcons without a Super Bowl. I don't like how we not including that we didn't win the Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck if we did get there. They blew it. So it is what it is, including many of the most successful seasons in team histories. On Monday, players told Channel 2 sports director Zach Killen they did not want to see their coach fired. I think that's just I don't know, man. I think Raheem Morris is a player coach, like we all know. But to me, Raheem Morris is not a head coach. You get what I'm saying? Just because you're a player coach, I seen that with Billy Napier. Apparently, Billy Napier, the players loved him, but Billy Napier is not a good head coach in my opinion, or he's just not a good head coach in the SEC. There's levels to this shit. You feel me? Like as much as I like to think I know everything about football, it is levels to this shit, bro. Everybody not meant for everything. They said that they were confident the team was headed in the right direction after the end of the season with 4 straight wins. Bro, honest truthfully, we got blew out by, and that's why I speak on Raheem Morris getting fired. We got blew out by the Panthers, right? 30-0. We lost to Miami, bad. We lost to the Jets. Those are just teams that we should have, like, those are 3 wins, or maybe even maybe 2-1, but 3 wins we could have had that got us in the playoff that we didn't execute on. I don't know how many times Raheem Morris did fucked up on time management, but he was unsuccessful as a coach for a reason. And you seen a lot of shit that he did in Tampa Bay that got him cut in Tampa Bay that ain't had nothing to do with us early too. So apparently it's something that Raheem Morris is not doing, and sometimes he have to evaluate his own damn self as a head coach. And you got to look at it like this. Last year, he was so quick to fire Jimmy Lake as the defensive coordinator. Great move, but you wasn't quick to fire, and you was quick to fire Ike Hiller as the wide receiver coach. The wide receiver coach still wasn't all that without Drake May. We had David Seals was probably our best next wide receiver, though. And that's a shame, bro. Mooney needs to go. You feel me? Like I wish Q was here sometime, bro, because I wish we could just have this whole argument, because Q actually like he liked the Mooney. But I'll give it to my brother. If he seen how Mooney was playing, he would have been said that he had to go too. Just like he said with Raheem Morris on one of our old video. Raheem Morris be fucking up, he gotta go. So I give him that. But we probably still be going back and forth about something, like we always do. But McKay was shifting to a broader CEO role with Arthur Blank Sports and Entertainment, with a focus on the World Cup in the 2008 Super Bowl and the organization. But he will not let Rich McKay got something on Arthur Blank for this nigga not to let him go like this, bro. Cause we ain't that close. You can't be that goddamn close. That nigga got some dirt on this motherfucker, and I don't know what it is, but that shit needs to come out. Cause bro, you still keeping him around as something like sports and entertainment? Damn. He will stay on the board of trustees. Damn. And as the co-chair of the NFL company. Some just don't add up with this whole thing, bro. When you fire somebody, because he ain't keep nobody else around like this. When you fire somebody, how the fuck do you still, like, how many jobs did this motherfucker entitled did he really have around this bitch? Like, it didn't really, that shit don't add up, bro. And I ain't hear nothing about him staying around for all this shit. I need to see if anybody else know about this, because this shit is crazy to me. I didn't know all this. Blank has promoted Greg Daedalus as the Falcon new CEO, in addition to hiring a new coach and general manager. Atlanta will also look for a new president of football. Now, everybody's saying Matt Ryan has the job, and he probably do, but they have to do interviews because of the Rooney rules. So, everybody don't get too fucking happy, because you see Matt over there, you want 2 jobs like he Future. He need to focus on one fucking job, especially if he gonna have this. You need to focus on this shit, because right now this shit is way fucked. Everybody want Tom Brady shit, dog. You don't have that many rings as Tom Brady. I'm just sorry, dog. And Tom Brady is part owner of the fucking Oakland Raiders. You ain't owning shit. You was the new president of football, if that's what they want to call it. You know, everybody got new titles and shit. I'm trying to figure out how many damn presidents you can have in the organization, because I ain't know you can have this many goddamn presidents. I need to start figuring out how I can put my application in for something. Because I'm about sick of doing all this other shit. Let me get an application. Let me get my application together, dog. Because off the blank didn't have to worry about finding him. I would have been, you wouldn't have had, it wouldn't been no hugging. I would have had that pink slip right there. Fuck even the press conference, but I would have had that shit right when he got off the motherfucking field early. This shit should have been done. Rich McKay ass would have been gone ASAP. He let a motherfucker like me run that shit, but y'all know how this shit go. But corporate politics and all this bullshit, you gonna keep the white man around, but you fire all the other black men and all just make it seem like these motherfuckers. And I don't want to put all that shit on Terry. I believe Rich McKay made a lot of them calls too. So for him to be still having a fucking job somewhere is some bullshit to me, dog. And that's why I say this is going to be a tricky situation with the Falcons, right? Because in my opinion, bro, what we going to do, we're going to end up here hiring the white GM and a white coach. We're going to end up getting to the playoffs, and it's going to look like black. Like, I hate the look of this shit, bro. And it's really, I'm going to tell y'all like this, and I'll keep this shit 100. Black coaches have had a real bad year. A real bad year. The only person I can really say is Mike Tomlin and DeMarco Ryans having excellent, bro. Those are excellent. DeMarco Ryans is an excellent fucking coach. Even with like his quarterback being hurt sometimes and shit like that, because CJ was hurt last year, but this year he's doing excellent. And they really, like I said, they don't have a big superstar name at wide receiver. I say Nick Collins. You know, I fuck with Nick Collins, and then again, that other wide receiver back that was injured. But even with the running game, bro, they don't have a superstar running back. They don't have a B. John and nothing like that. So for them to be 11-5 in the AFC, bro, they would commend the coaching. So I have to praise that shit because, like I said, all you see is us getting fired. I don't know about Aaron Glenn and how that Jet situation is gonna be. Who another black quarterback? Head coach. I hope Deion have a better year at Colorado. It's some more black then they did. You see how they did Jannard Mayo in New England, and now look at them now. Mike Verba, like they in the playoffs. So it's the image of how it looks like we can't do this shit, but bro, it's like, nah, I don't believe it's like that at all. No statement can change the disappointment of this past several seasons. I know we have fallen short of the standard you expect, and we as an organization have ourselves blank wrote. That responsibility rests with me. Now he want to take back power. When results do not match expectation over time as the owner, accountability cannot be shared or softened. I believe this team should be competing at a higher level than it is, and I share your deep frustrations. I'm not going to read the whole goddamn thing. Let's go to Terry and them, bro. Let me see. Let me exit out of this. Stop sharing. Let me go. All right, y'all. Which one? All right, then. So the Atlanta Falcons make a swift decision on Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenette. As y'all already know, like this shit has been going on. I think this shit went on Sunday, so y'all been on this for the last 2 days. But the Atlanta Falcons has fired head coach Raheem Morris after 2 seasons. What's this? I don't even want to play this because I don't. Whatever. After 2 seasons, general manager Fournette after 5. The decision comes down just a few hours after the team defeated the New Orleans Saints 19-17 to finish at 8-9. And see, we could have lost that game too. That's another reason with this. A lot of these games were close that we won, even though we won it, right? They was too close to call. And a win is a win, but in this situation with so much talent on the team, even you seeing that Drake London was upset during the game. He snapped on Zach. I'm gonna say Zach because I don't know if it was anybody else that he was snapping on, but I seen him snapping on Zach. The Falcons were in a 3-way tie for the first place in the NFC South, despite the fact that they had been eliminated from the postseason for more than a month, which is so fucking crazy. We was talking about this shit months ago, for real. Despite the fact that they have been eliminated from the postseason this marked the eighth straight season that the franchise finished without the winning record and outside the playoffs. Moors will finish with a record of 16 and 18 in Atlanta, unacceptable with that talent. While Fournette records as general manager record as a general manager will end at 37-48 after 5 years without a single trip to the playoffs. The Falcons were expected to take the next step this season, and the front office was banking on it, as evidenced by some aggressive roster building moves. In 2014, Fournette signed veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million contract, which was just stupid, before drafting rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. The move confused many at the time and has since created several moments of controversy for the coaching staff. Largely due to injuries, the team has flipped between the two players over the last 2 seasons to disappointing results. So at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna exit out of there. I want to know in the chat, bro, how do y'all feel about this, y'all? And while we're on this, how do y'all feel who should be the next head coach? Right now, I don't know about the GM situation because I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Matt Ryan and the president operation. Because I feel like he's gonna have, if he gets hired, which whatever, he will have an input on that. But how do y'all feel about our next head coach? And me and my bros in the chat, he's Brian Foles, whatever his name is, the guy, the defensive coordinator, I think from Minnesota. He used to be the Miami Dolphins head coach, and I think he either like sued for them discrimination or something, where it's a black coach or something, and won. So shit, I didn't even know he was still in the NFL for that shit, cause they ain't let Colin Kaepernick come back. So I didn't know you could sue the NFL and still work, cause John Gruden still ain't back, but I think John Gruden will be back in the NFL or college soon. Whatever. But I'm gonna play this. Not play this. I apologize. I'm gonna pull this up real quick and pull up some of the coaches and candidates that they are interviewing. Yeah, this is right here, y'all. All right, then, y'all. So if you haven't heard, what is this? Kevin Shinsky, which is the Browns' old coach, who I definitely don't want because you see how he did with. I just don't like this man at all. I didn't like nothing about him. I don't like how he did Shador. And another thing, bro, right? We got a quarterback situation which is not good in our situation. So why bring this motherfucker in? I guess you, like I said, and they don't have to interview him like they got to interview a black person. The running rule is you got to interview like outside, just not just white coaches and all this shit, but whatever. But Sineski is expected to speak with the Falcons for their head coach at vacancy, according to reports by ESPN Adam Schefter. Sineski spent 6 seasons as the head coach for the Cleveland Browns from 2020 through the end of the 2025 season. Under Sineski's leadership, the Browns made their first playoff appearance since 2002 with an 11-5 record his first season. I believe that was when Baker Mayfield was the quarterback. That year, he earned AP NFL Coach of the Year honors. He won it again in 2023 after he marked another 11-win season and playoff berth for the franchise. Prior to his time in Cleveland, Sineski was a loyal Minnesota Viking. He held various positions with the Vikings, including the assistant head coach, tight end coach, running back coach, and quarterback coach. When the Vikings went through coaching change in 2018, Sineski became the interim offensive coordinator, a position he retained and officially capitalized in 2029. All right, y'all. Fuck him. Kent Kubiak. I think that's how you say his name. I apologize. I don't fucking know how to say that. But this is the quarterback coach, the offensive coordinator that Nate liked. I'm not mad at him too because I was giving some pointers, telling my bros today earlier, right? I think he was with, and I had to look this shit up, but I think he was with the Rams. No, sorry, the Saints before he got with Seattle this year. What he has done with Seattle this year has been fucking amazing. Because you take Sam Darnold, who was with Minnesota last year, and you take a rookie wide receiver Really, no other than that. I think they got Cooper Kupp, but Cooper Kupp is like a little older now, so he's not the same Cooper Kupp as he was with the Rams. And you take that offense who don't have a Bijan Robinson, um, their wide receiver, they rookie wide receiver is the stud. You know what I mean? So I'll give you that, but they don't even have we got a Drake London and we got Kyle Pitts if he stays. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna franchise him or what. But he has some weapons. Just thinking about, and they all rank, that whole offense is ranked in everything in the top 10. So what he has done with that team, because I promise you, I did not think Seattle was gonna be even a contender, let alone with a first round bye this year, with Sam Darnold as their quarterback coach. As their quarterback. Now, we have to see what they do in the playoffs, because we all know the playoffs and the fucking regular season is totally different. But still, to be able to come in your first year and to be able to do that, that's kind of, you gotta look at that and be like, all right, do we deserve a chance? Now, to be fair, everybody doesn't deserve a fucking chance at being a head coach. Everybody can't be a head coach. Everybody can't lead. You got generals and then you got soldiers. If you watch goddamn family business, Uncle Larry told Junior fat ass, everybody can't be a general. Some people got to be goddamn soldiers. You feel me? So we got to goddamn. So Kirby is the current offense coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. Since joining the league coaching ranks in 2015, Kirby has spent time with the Minnesota Vikings quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, the Denver Broncos passing game coordinator and quarterback coach, San Francisco passing game coordinator, in New Orleans. Now with San Francisco, that means he had to be on the Kyle Shanahan, which is a great, like I said, I felt like they can say what they want. Kyle Shanahan be coaching his ass off with them quarterbacks. New Orleans, okay, so Nate made a good point. Derek Carr was I don't know what Derek Carr really had going on. You seen flashes sometimes, but you got to give it up. Alvin Kamara did have some stellar years. You get me? And they really didn't have the weapons and shit that around there. They didn't really have nobody. Their quarterbacks sucked. And then they was going through so many goddamn quarterbacks that you really couldn't really get nothing going with that. He leads one of the hottest offense in football at the current moment. The Seahawks, a team that most recently clinched a tough NFC West title. You got to look at the NFC West right now. Seattle, the 49ers, and the Rams are all in the fucking playoffs. 49ers have a great offense. St. Louis got a great offense. Y'all got to pay attention, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bro, but like I said, it's regular season. I ain't seen regular season team be number one get fucking blown out in the first and second week of the playoffs. Shit happens. And the number one seed in the conference going into the postseason. It was the franchise first division title since 2020 and the first appearance at the top seed since 2014. The team 14 wins this season set a new franchise record. Offensively, the Saints unit finished the regular season third in scoring and tied for 7th in total yards. Like I said, y'all, they ranked top 10. So that's another candidate. Anthony Weaver. The Falcons have reported requests an interview with Weaver. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't think they're going to hire another black coach. The only reason I feel like they're interviewing a black coach is because of their running room. I promise y'all that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Weaver is the current defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. Weaver put together a 7-season playing career in the league after being drafted in the second round of the 2002 NFL Draft. He spent time with the Baltimore Ravens and Houston, Texas before retiring and officially picking up the coaching responsibility in 2010. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Shit like this be making me want to get back to coaching for real. His coaching stops include time with the Buffalo Bills, Cleveland Brown as their defensive line coach. Now, what was this? I don't know what year this was, but you got to remember Buffalo and Cleveland, they defense be on point. You can say what you want, but they defense be on point. That line be on point. In 2021, he returned to Baltimore to be the run game coordinator and a defensive line coach before being promoted to assistant head coach and defensive line coach for the final 2 seasons. Weaver was hired as the Dolphins defensive coordinator in 2024. What the fuck? So that was just 3 they gave us. I thought it was some more shit they had gave us. That's just the only 3 they had gave us, I guess, y'all. But let me know what y'all think, bro. Cause how do y'all feel? You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull up real quick the St. Louis offensive coordinator. No, I keep going St. Louis. It's the Los Angeles Rams offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur. So I've heard this name a few fucking times. I've seen it in the chat. I've seen it everywhere for some fucking reason. And this is a real popular name by everybody, like I said. So, like I was telling my bro about him, right? He's been stellar he's been what? He's been entering his 3rd season. So this has been his 3rd season. So since he's been there, he's had what? You had Cooper Kupp. He didn't have Odell. I thought he had Odell, and so he wasn't there for that championship year. He wasn't there for the championship, but he had Cooper Kupp. He got Devontae Adams now, even though they're old. The wide receiver I cannot pronounce. That's a stud. You know what I mean? Like, and he has Matt Stafford as his quarterback. I don't believe they do have a decent running back and stuff like that, but nothing too crazy. But is entering his 3rd, joining the team before the 2000 season after a prior stunt with the Jets and 49ers. Let's see. Let's look at some of his accomplishments and shit like that. I'm gonna go to the shit on. He's a 10-year vet. He's entering his 3rd season. He joined the team under LaFleur guidance in 2024. The Rams offense finished 10th in passing yards per game and 15th in offensive yard per game. And first down per game, they did 20.1. The offense also finished in the top 15 in scrimmage yards and tied for the 7th highest 4th down conversion percentage. All right, y'all. So look, we don't have a Matt Stafford. We don't really know what's going to happen with Kurt. I seen an article saying Kurt said he would come back, but I don't think Kurt is going to take a pay cut. Kurt don't take a pay cut. Kurt got to go. I just want him to go. I'm not even going to lie no more because I feel like Kurt tried to throw that game Sunday versus New Orleans. Like the way he was playing, I don't give a fuck how sick you was just playing like trash. The young players continue to excel in the Rams offensive scheme. In 2024 under LaFleur, Kyron Williams built on his All-Pro season. So my bad, they got a stellar Pro Bowl running back. I didn't know nothing about him from a year ago until single season career highs in rushing yards of almost 1,300 yards and rushing touchdown for 14. Dope. Williams joined Marshall Faulk and Todd Gurley as the only Rams player since 2000 to record 14 rushing touchdowns last season. His 31 scrimmage touchdowns since 2023 are the most in the NFL. Wide receiver Bakua Nuklu recorded 79 receptions for 990 yards and 3 touchdowns last season. Mind you, this is a 5th round player. So to me, they have a great scouting team. How can I say this? We hit with Drake May. I still say we hit on Kyle Pitts. I just feel like we didn't know how to use him. We hit with Drake London. Drake London is a fucking stud. He was a light-skinned stud. Bijan Robinson is a GOAT. And that whole goddamn 2000 last year draft was just on point for everybody. We might have 3 defensive players included in the Defensive Rookie of the Year award. And Billy Bowman could have been in that motherfucker if he didn't be hurt. He didn't get hurt. Like I said, Billy is one of my favorites. He became the 2nd player in NFL history to record at least 150 receptions, 2,000 yards, receiving yards, and 9 receiving touchdowns in his first 25 career games, joining Odell Beckham Jr. Additionally, former Cooper Kupp became the first player in NFL history to record 600 or more receptions, 7,500 yards or more receiving yards, and 50 or more touchdown catches in a player's first 100 games. The offensive line finished first in penalties per game with 5.56. So that's another goddamn thing we got to talk about too, y'all. Them tackles got to go. Elijah dude, he got to go. And then Jay Matthew has been. I'm not gonna say nothing away from Jay Matthew. He's been stellar for us, but he's older now. Them bruises and all that shit is catching up to him. We don't have that many draft picks, y'all. We already got them. We don't have no money for I think we might be $3 million over the cap or under the cap. Like, we don't have too much money, so we got to make a lot of moves, and we're gonna need a head coach to come in and to be able to be really, really good with his coaching and make shit work. I don't think Michael Penix Jr. is going to literally, and I want to chat. Y'all let me know, Falcons fans. Do y'all feel like Michael Penix Jr. could be still our franchise quarterback? Or, and I seen this too, do you feel like this is going to be a year where these motherfuckers just don't care and they're going to be getting ready for the 2027 season? I just seen where Ole Miss quarterback, who's supposed to be trying to go back to Ole Miss for next year, if he could get approved, get the waiver. If he gets that waiver and go back, right, 2027 quarterback class is going to be fucking nice, y'all. So that's where I'm going with this. Like, how do y'all feel about this, yo? Because you got to think about it. They got Archie Manning coming out. They're going to have DJ Ladway, the guy from Ole Miss. And I know I'm missing a lot more because it's a lot more that's supposed to be coming out. I know I'm missing more. But that 2027 class is like going to be loaded. I want to really know, like, do we focus on, and then who do y'all see us bringing in as a veteran? Say we just need a veteran for this year. Say we just get a little veteran just to even try to make the playoffs. We're not even going to worry about like nothing. We're just going to get a veteran that could come in and try to at least get us to the playoffs because we have weapons. Do you want a Malik Willis? With that situation, he's going to look for a big-time contract. So you're going to have to lock him in for probably a period of time. I see him more with Pittsburgh. That's just my opinion. Do you do a Kyler Murray? With Kyler Murray, how do you put him on a 1 to 2 year contract? I think so. For how much, I don't know, but I could see that. Bring him in. Let Michael Penix Jr. get healthy. And then Michael Penix Jr. is going to be on a short leash. Because you got to look at it like this, bro. We start succeeding more when Kirk came in because we could do the play action. He could get under center. And with Michael Penix Jr. being under the pistol, which we kept screaming about, like, why the fuck are we in the pistol? And Zach Robinson literally lied to us. That motherfucker told us that it was better for Bijan Robinson. I don't give a fuck where we at with Bijan Robinson. You can have Bijan on the wide receiver. You can have him in the slot. You can have him in wherever. Bijan is going to furry. If that line block, not even the line block, with his cuts and how he gets in and out of his cuts and the way he patiently hits holes, even when he hits a hole, bro, like, it's like the jump cuts and everything he do. It's so fucking smooth, bro. Like, he's going to furry. And then all you got to do is get Drake London. Drake London ain't got to be the fastest. You feel me? Like, I know a lot of people, like, he's not the fastest wide receiver. But, bro, when you throw that ball up, bro, he's going to catch it 9 times out of 10. Now, he had an injury prior season this year, but Drake London is the number 1 wide receiver, bro. Now, after that, we going to have to draft some wide receivers. We want to bring some in, and we want to draft some because we didn't have shit else after that, bro. That's why Bijan was lining up at wide receiver and shit like that. You get me? Like, Bijan was lining up, and Bijan did great as well. I think with Bijan being at wide receiver with a great offensive mind, bro, that can do good things. Zach Robinson didn't know what the fuck to do with all these weapons. And I'm thinking that he was the offensive coordinator, but he was the quarterback coach. He wasn't even, you know what I mean? Like, Raheem Morris set himself up to fail, bro. Not bringing in the right to me, bringing in just giving people trials. Sometimes, bro, with that situation, you got to be real careful, especially when you had a tender already in Tampa Bay, and we was already questioning you. You're a black coach. Like, you know how that is. You want to bring people in that's going to help make your job easier. He didn't do that the first year. The only time he did that was really last year with the defensive coordinator. He went and fired the special team coach. And I hate to say that because that was a black boy. The special team looked horrible. Jamal Noonan shouldn't even been on the fucking team at the punt returner because it was a real wasted spot. Zachary Branch, y'all. Listen to me. He only played 1 year at Georgia, so I'm gonna say he's a USC player because I can't stand Georgia. But look, him bringing in him, say we draft him or we draft one of the Miami players, bro. I say this: Zachary Branch, whatever his name is, Branch. He could, he's a elite. He could be a number 2 and he could be a punt returner. Or like you could put the offer back there, bring the offer back. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the offer has earned himself a fucking another year, and maybe shit he keep doing that. They need to go ahead and pay him. Cause I'm gonna be real with you, it was time that the offer was really the best cornerback we had. Like I know they like to say AJ, AJ he did his thing versus in St. Louis, but goddamn, AJ had got his ass burnt. It's certain type of wide receiver that AJ just cannot cover, bro. And it's hard for me to say that because the nigga name is AJ. But like, let's be real. I think we need to bring CJ back. We need to release Mike Hughes, motherfucking ass. Um, Listen, man. I know everybody might be high on Kobe, but y'all be high on Kobe, but then y'all talk shit about Ruka. And Ruka didn't really play last year, so this was to me was his first year. So if you gonna give Kobe Bryant a goddamn chance to come back and learn the game, at least give Ruka another chance, I guess. Thank God Brandon Doris won't be out next season, but y'all, we couldn't stop the run worth a damn. And I ain't even gonna sugarcoat that shit, bro. We gonna need a defensive tackle for real, for real. We're gonna need a defensive tackle. And I feel like what we need to do, we need to move Jalen Walker to middle linebacker. We might need to bring on here. I don't know if this is Caden Ellis. I think we do have Caden Ellis for another year, and we have Debo, so they might not do it this year. But in the near future, I feel like they need to prep Jalen Walker to be the middle linebacker, be the leader of that, that defense. As far as that, James Pierce Jr., bro. If I could get the clip of me saying this shit, and I mean I think 2 years before this nigga, a year before he came out, of me saying, bro, I wanted James Pierce Jr. I wish I could just clip that shit and just put abs on it and just be like, cause motherfuckers just think I be talking, bro. And I'm so glad I started this podcast shit because now I ain't gotta prove the shit. You can go back and watch what I fucking said before the shit happened. Bro had 10 sacks, two versus New Orleans. He could be goddamn arguably the defensive player of the year. Xavier Watts was like, bro, when Jared and goddamn Q was telling me about this dude, I didn't watch Notre Dame. Notre Dame is not a team I watch. I watched some clips. I seen this. I just didn't know if he could execute it in the NFL like this. He was everything and more. Do you get what I'm saying? And to me, he was our best safety this year. He was better than J.C. Bates this year. Jesse Bates got burnt a lot this year. Jesse Bates had a really off year. But Xavier Watts was fucking everything, man, at safety, yo. And he's a motherfucking dog. He's a playmaker. He got a fumble in the last game. So to me, man, and Billy Bowman was just that nigga before he got hurt. That was my favorite one, bro. Billy Bowman, that's little Bob Sanders to me 2.0. If you don't know who Bob Sanders is, go look him up. He played for the Colts. Was a motherfucking stud when we was growing up. Like I said, bro, that defense is elite. Like I said, we bring back CJ Henderson. I believe we should. He should have been starting the whole fucking season. I know he gave up a touchdown, but to be honest, overall, he played way better than Kobe, and he played better than Mike Hughes. I don't know why Raheem. I don't know why Raheem Morris waited so long to bring him up off the practice squad. First of all, they cut him because they brought him in during preseason, and then they cut him. They had him on the practice squad, but they took so fucking long to bring him up, bro. And I didn't understand that at all. And as you can see, he was really solid for us. So that what I would do, because you gotta look at it, bro. We got a lot of holes. That offense, that offensive line is my words. Because if you don't have a mobile quarterback, you see how Kirk was getting his ass killed versus versus the Rams and Chase Young and them boys. What the fuck you think next year? Because next year We play Baltimore, we play Kansas City and them boys. Baltimore don't have no defense, but they gonna probably get better. Like we play the end, like we play the AFC, like those teams that we played, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's one of them teams. We play Cleveland next year. That's Miles Garrett and them boys. We gonna need an offensive tackle. Hell, two. I don't know if we're gonna bring Jake Matthews back. I'm scared about that because I just think Jake Matthews need to retire by now. You get what I'm saying? They didn't have a great game versus the Saints. It showed. I was disappointed and shit. So yeah, y'all. That's where I'm at with it, man. I ain't gonna spend too much longer on this, bro. Y'all let me know in the chat how y'all feel about what we had with the Falcons, man. This is really, this is my team. This is what I'm focused on today, man. I hope we make the right decision, bro, because we ain't been in the playoff, bro, and I ain't getting no younger, y'all. I ain't getting no younger, and we keep doing the same two-step, bro. And after a while, bro, I know people might be excited. Some people ain't excited about Matt Ryan coming in. I say this about Matt Ryan. He went to Boston College. Boston College is one of them hard-ass schools. They about business. So I'm pretty sure he know business than anything. So I get that part. Is that a guarantee when it comes to this shit? But no. So I hope they got them doing the right thing and getting the right people in. I'm going to go to, let's go to ESPN real quick and see what the fuck going on. Y'all tell me what's going on with Trae Young, bro. What I tell y'all? I kept saying this shit over and over and over. I said, bro, they going to end up trading Trae Young because they playing better without him. And he's in, the shit don't seem like it's flowing, bro. Like, and I hate to say all that shit because I feel Young. I really do, bro. And I hate to see him leave. Let's see. Here we go right here, y'all. Hawks and Trae Young working together on a trade, man. Where do y'all feel like Trae Young went in, man? Trae Young to me, bro, look, man, great offensive player, 4-time All-Star, man. Doesn't really play defense though. And I don't see Trae Young yet at that Steph Curry level. So I wouldn't put him in that category. Do I feel like he's a smaller guard too? So y'all let me know. Do y'all feel like with him being a smaller guard, will he be able to lead a team to a championship? The Atlanta Hawks, 4-time All-Star Trae Young and his agent Aaron Monson, Drew Morrison, and Austin Brown. Why the fuck do you have to pay? Why you got so many fucking agents? You just letting these motherfuckers. I hope they only getting 2%, but even 2% is still a lot. Are working with the franchise on a trade, sources told ESPN on Monday. Young's rep and Hawks general manager Osei Salah, whatever, have begun positive and collaboration talks over the past week on finding a resolution. Sources say the Hawks and Young's agent have maintained dialogue over his future and over the past several months since the franchise elected not to offer a contract extension to the 27-year-old guard. Young has this season and next season at $95 million total remaining on his deal, and with a player option in the offseason. Young has been the force of the Hawks franchise since he has been drafted in 2018 and sit as the team all-time leader in three-pointer and assists. Like I said, bro, he led them to an Eastern Conference final. I remember that shit in 2021. I was watching them games. Those games was good, boy. Him, the Knicks, even him versus Philly. Like, a lot of people didn't even think he was going to beat Philly. Like, but he was balling. I forgot who they lost to that year, but he was playing his ass off. He has led the Atlanta to the postseason 3 times in his 8 seasons, including a run to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. But the Hawks appear poised to turn the page on a new era with the emergence of forward Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson played defense, y'all, and he's a lot taller. And here go to some of the stats like I was telling y'all on my past lives. Hawks with and without Trae Young. With Trae Young, they're 2-8 this year, y'all. Without him, they're 15-12. Total fucking difference, y'all. Like I said, they still gonna need some more help. So with this trade, I hope they get some stellar players. They probably won't get a superstar back, I say, but they need to get at least some decent players, maybe a draft pick or two. I'll see a first round draft pick. What do y'all see Trae Young actually? What can you get back? I've heard them talking about him going to Washington. I hope they don't send that man to Washington. To me, bro, sending him to Washington is just like you don't give two fucks because we don't talk about Washington. Washington ain't a premier team. They not on TV. That's like, bro, like, and Trae Young to me is a talented fucking player that needs to be on TV. He's a small guard. Jalen Johnson, who entered Monday averaging 24 points, 2.2 rebounds, and 8.5 assists, and free agent acquisition Nicholas Alexander Walker, who is averaging a career high 20.7. I don't even know what the fuck that was. Let me see some, y'all. Okay, guard number 7, Virginia Tech. So did they draft him? Because at first I was hearing that they was going to trade one of their first round picks. I don't think it was last year. Was it last year? What year he was drafted? Okay, so he was drafted in 2019. They was talking about trading one of their draft picks that they had just drafted last year. So, but Young has dealt with leg injury this season that have limited him to only 10 games in the 2027. I mean, ah, Young has dealt with leg injury this season that has limited him to only 10 games this season. In the 27 game he has sat out entering Monday, the Hawks are 15-12 compared with 2-8 with him, while holding opponents to nearly 10 points less per game, according to ESPN Research. Young, who dealt with a right MCL sprain earlier in the season, has managed reduced residual pain from his injury and is currently sidelined because of a right quad conclusion that has caused him to sit out these past 6 games. And all NBA selection in 2001, 21, 2002, Young has average of 25 points and 9.8 assists, but he don't play no fucking defense, y'all, and that's really gonna make it a liability, especially in the playoffs, bro. We gonna see what happens with that trade. I'll keep y'all updated, y'all. So let's go over some of the games that I picked. As y'all see, the Falcons won 19-17 over the Saints barely. The Saints got them a quarterback, bro. Even though they didn't win, and he threw that last minute interception, bro. I thought he was about to come back and win that shit, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Trae London had 4 receptions for 78 yards and 1 touchdown. That motherfucker threw the ball like a light skin. He was acting light skin for real yesterday. Like not yesterday, but on Sunday. Kyle Pitts had 6 receptions for 58 yards, no touchdowns. I wish we could have got him another touchdown. Darnell Mooney needs to be cut. I don't even want to talk about him. David Stills. David Still probably could be a good 4th wide receiver, bro. Maybe even a 3rd. But because his route running is stellar, bro. Bijan Robinson had 3 receptions. Our running game wasn't on point for nothing. I don't even know if we're gonna keep Tyler Algier this year. That's gonna be a question too. Look at D Offer had 9. D Offer played his ass off. But I don't know. This shit hurts me to keep saying this shit. But D Offer, like I said, got to come back. Debo had a good game with 8 tackles. Xavier Watts had 7 tackles with a fumble recovery. Caden Ellis need to work on his coverage, and man, if he gonna come back, and like be really good. I think we don't keep Troy Anderson as the linebacker. Hold on, y'all. Like Troy Anderson has to go. To me, Troy Anderson could have been a good linebacker, but Troy Anderson stayed injured. So we can't depend on him, right? He's just taking a route spot and taking up Monday. Streets, I don't think it's coming back. AJ Terrell, whatever. LaCullin London. I don't know if they bring him back. Like I said, our defensive tackles couldn't stop the run worth a damn. So we need a run stopper, especially if we're gonna bring Umbre back as the defensive coordinator. We gotta see what how everything fall. Jesse Bates, the 3rd. I hope he has a better year next year. Please release JD Barrett. God damn. Let this motherfucker go. Jalen Walker had 2. Oh, I skipped over James Pierce Jr. My bad, man. James Pierce Jr. had 3 tackles and 2 sacks, y'all. Ruka. And that's another thing with Ruka. Ruka gonna have to do better. Let's look at Ruka stats for the year. What is Ruka stats for the year? And projected regular season this year, 3.5. I mean, for a defensive tackle, that's, I don't know. When it's compared to this motherfucker who had, let's look at his stats. What is this? Total tackles, 16 solo, 30 tackles this year, 14 assists, 8.5 before he got hurt sacks. Bro just had a stellar fuck set, and he was like a third, fifth round. Mind you, we do have another player. I forgot what is old boy name that keep getting hurt that we drafted from Washington. We got another goddamn, I think he's a linebacker and defensive end that was supposed to be a good one too, but that was from the old regime. A lot of these players ain't gonna be back. I don't think they're gonna bring Sam Robinson back. I don't know what they're gonna do with Leonard Ford because Leonard Ford is getting old, but I don't know, man. We're gonna see how the Falcons turned out. We got so much talent. We should have been in the playoff this year. Shout out to Kool-Aid for the New Orleans who had a stellar game, but I ain't finna go for New Orleans. Next game we got is the Browns versus the Bengals. Myles Garrett got the sack record with 23 sacks, even though he did it in 17 games. You got to give mad respect to that man. The Bengals was upset because they stopped the game for his ass. Well, hey, y'all still lost. Let it go. Fuck it. Jamar Chase had 8 receptions for 96 yards. Joe Burrow was 29 out of 39 for 236 yards. Next game we had, and shout out Shador. The thing I don't like about the Browns fired their head coach, which is thankful. I just don't know because they are bringing Deshaun Watson back. They really have no choice with that, with all the money, the guaranteed money they ain't paid this motherfucker. I don't know if Shador is going to even with a new head coach. I don't know if he's still going to get the same shot. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. Y'all let me know in the chat how y'all feel. Next game we got is the Packers losing to the Vikings. The Packers are ending the season. They ended the season terribly. I don't think the Packers is going to be as they going. Even though with them, I think they're going to the playoffs. I don't see them being any type of contender in the playoffs. But you never know. Any given Sunday, JJ McCarthy need to go hit the off season, hit them goddamn, do something, because these numbers he been playing with just been sorry, bro. For me. Like, let's look at his stats for the year. Look at this shit. This is unacceptable as a what were you, a top 10 pick, my nigga? And you couldn't even get 2,000 yards. Vic got 2,000 yards. Shit. And I think he was injured as well this year, so I'm not going to say that. But still, bro, you got to do better. You got Justin Jefferson. And if he leaves, all hell breaks loose because that's really y'all top wide receiver. Y'all do have Addison, number 3. But Justin Jefferson is the main guy, bro. The best, one of the best between him and Jamir Chase, 2 of the best wide receivers. Jamar Chase is 2 of the best wide receivers, 1A, 1B, however you want to pick. But yeah, y'all got to get that fixed. That next game we got is the Giants. I did not know the Cowboys lost. The Giants beat the Cowboys. I had picked the Cowboys to win because the Cowboys was actually playing good. Jackson Dart had 22 out of 32 for 230 yards. Good win to end the season for them. When they look. Giants might be one of my teams I watch next year because they was just one of them fun teams. Even when they was losing, they just was always having fun. And they ain't win too much, but they was having fun this year. They just like a fun team to watch. They're going to have a new head coach as well, so watch out for them. Next game you got is Jaguars versus Titans. The Jaguars beat the Titans 41-7. Cam Ward got hurt in this game, and I don't think he returned at all. But, yeah, he got hurt. He didn't come back in this game. Trevor Lawrence, hey, this is his time to show in the playoffs this game. I wish Travis was playing. I want to see what Travis would have did in the playoff this year. But shout out to the Jaguars, man. They had a great season. Travis Etienne had 14 carries for 32 yards. Parker Washington had 5 receptions for 87 yards. Brenton Strain, I think that's their tight end. It might not be, but he had 6 receptions for 52 yards. Brian Thomas Jr., let me see what he did this year. So he didn't have a great year this year. Pretty okay numbers. Um, all right, man. You all right? All right, love you. Have a good day. All right. All right. Yeah, 48 reception for 772 yards. 77 yards. Like I said, hopefully they show up in the playoffs, man. I gotta see. I gotta pull up the playoffs who the first weeks of playoffs who play and shit. But shout out to the Jaguars, man. Let's see what they do in this playoffs. Next game we got is the Texans versus the Colts. Like I've talked to y'all earlier about this. The Texans 138 the 30. I love to see DeMarco Ryans and his team doing good, man, as a black coach. You know what I mean? With a black QB and how he's, leading that team, man. Let me go to their stats real quick. Shit, the Colts almost actually could have won that game, but I don't know how that game was really turned out, so don't give me the line on this shit. They might have been getting blown down, just came back late. Oh, no, they was winning a little bit, and they came back. So it was a pretty even game. TJ Stroud was 14 out of 23 for 169 yards. Nothing too stellar. Uh, like I said, no great really running backs that I know of that Houston got. You out, Vaughn? All right, man, love you. Xavier Hutchins. Is that the Miami? That wasn't Miami. Iowa State wide receiver. They are a 6th-round pick. See what I'm saying? Why we can't find a wide receiver that's good like that in the 5th and 6th round? We don't do this, bro. I don't understand that shit with the Falcons. But he had 5 receptions for 84 yards. Jaden Higgins, I think, was their 2nd-round pick. Yeah, he actually had a pretty decent year, solid numbers as well. So they had 2 solid wide receiver in. I don't think did Nick Collins play? Collison play? He didn't even play then, did he? Nah, he didn't even play, or he didn't get no catches in this game. But Will Anderson Jr. had 6 tackles, 4 solos. Pretty solid defense. Like I said, I'm gonna go before Derek Stingley. Like I'm gonna go over the playoff games in a minute, or I'm gonna just show the lineup. What did Jonathan Taylor for the Indiana Colts only had 14 carries for 26 yards. That was crazy because he was having an MVP like year. And what did he finish with this year? All right, he finished with almost 1,600 yards and stuff like that. Not too bad and whatever. They just lost that fire after their quarterback went down. After Daniel Jones went down, they lost that fire, man. I hope he could come back next year and they have a solid year. Anthony C. Richardson. What do y'all think was going to happen with Anthony C. Richardson? Anthony Richardson is still young. What's so crazy about that situation is he was a Florida Gator, y'all. And even as a Florida Gator, I've been saying this. He should have came back, bro. He's raw. He got talent, but maturity wise and everything, bro, I just didn't feel like he was ready yet. I was working one day and I was taking somebody that worked in their front office. And I told him, I said, y'all shouldn't start him. They start him. Now they ain't even fucking. I mean, it wasn't his call, but at the end of the day, I knew they shouldn't have started him. The Bills won over the Jets. Do y'all think they're going to keep Aaron Glenn, y'all? Like, for real. Like, do y'all see they ain't have no interception this year? Do y'all think Aaron Glenn is a good coach? I don't even think. Yeah, they rested Josh Allen. It's this Mitchell Trubisky that started. He had 20. It was 22 out of 29 for 259 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's crazy work, dog. That is crazy, bro. James Cook, the 3rd played. He only had 2 carries. Oh, Kenyon Coleman played. Damn, that's shocking. All right, then. Kenyon Coleman had 2 receptions for 49 yards. Gable Davis had 5 receptions for 49 yards. Ray Davis had 2 receptions for 23 yards. Let's see what these Buffalo Bills do in the playoffs, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Buffalo in the chat, man. Next game we got is the Lions versus the Bears. Lions won the end of the season 9-8 over the Bears, 19-16. Jared Goff was 27 out of 42 for 331 yards. Ason Brown was 11 receptions and 139 yards. Jameer Gibbs had 19 carries for 80 yards. And I think the starters for the Bears did play. Caleb Williams, yeah, he did play, but he was 20 out of 33 for 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift had 10 carries for 40 yards. I think the Browns will be straight in the Bears will be straight in the playoffs this year. I don't know how far they'll go in the playoffs, but I do think they'll be pretty straight. Let's just see, man. Like I said, I'm gonna pull it up in 1 minute of the playoffs game, y'all. All right, y'all. Next game we got is the Broncos versus the Chargers. This could be another playoff game. Chargers got to bring. I don't even know. Yeah, they didn't start their playoff offense. I mean, they didn't start their starters. A lot of these teams didn't start their starters, so I'm not even gonna keep going over all the stats. Bo Nix was 14 out of 23 for 141 yards. I hope they could. Let's see what they do in the playoffs. Next game we got Raiders versus the Chiefs. Raiders actually fired Pete Carroll, which I didn't understand. Why the fuck did you even bring him in for? They just like playing quarterback. I mean, playing. I think they just like paying head coaches because they just fired the other goddamn black dude last year, and they still paying him. Anthony Jenkins had 26 carries for 87 yards. I hope they can get a coach in there that can actually. I want to see what he could do with another coach in there. See if he could have even a better year than they have this year. I think that might have been Travis Kelce last game, y'all. Y'all let me know in the chat. Do y'all believe? 'Cause I think he's just gonna ride off in the sunset, go marry Taylor Swift, and enjoy his podcast with his brother, bro. Like, what else do we got to prove? Next game we got is the Rams versus the fucking Cardinals. This is why Jared liked the Rams. So yeah, I mean the Rams offense quarter so much because shit, they be putting up points. I ain't gonna lie. Matt Stafford was 25 out of 40 for 259 yards, 4 touchdowns. The running back I was just talking about, the all-pro running back I had talked about just a few minutes ago. He, what's his name? Kyron Williams had 12 carries for 60 yards. Pekka Nuka had 10. Look at this motherfucker. 10 receptions for 77 yards, bro. It's like the new Cooper Cup in that motherfucker. Like, they just be finding motherfuckers, and they literally be balling. Like, and you got to give that credit to their coach. I mean, they scouting team, bro. Jared Versal was the Florida State defensive end I wanted the year we drafted Michael Penix Jr. And I'm mad we still didn't get him. But hey, I'm glad we got, maybe God works in a mysterious way and we still got, James Pierce Jr. So I'm cool with that. Michael Wilson, to me, Michael Wilson has been a number 1 wide receiver for the Cardinals. I don't know what's going on with the other Marvin Harrison son. I don't know what's going on with him, but he hasn't been the guy that we seen in Ohio State, y'all. And to me, I don't know. I didn't expect him to be like this. I just don't know what's going on with that situation. I know he was injured, but hasn't been the same player to me. And we got a few more games, y'all, and then I'll get to the playoffs. We got the Patriots over the Dolphins, 38-10. Drake May was 14 out of 18 for 191 yards. Can't wait to really watch them in the playoffs. The Commanders beat the Eagles. The Eagles got to play the 49ers, and I hope their offense be on click, dog. The Commanders lost. The Commanders won 24-17. Philly lost. Like I said, I don't see Philly going to the playoffs this year. And then the Steelers versus Ravens. How the fuck did the Steelers win and they didn't have no wide receivers? It's crazy to me. The Ravens had to literally put everything on their rookie kicker, and yeah, bro, kicker's supposed to make that, but that's a lot of pressure for a rookie kicker, man. But this is what you get paid to do. Derrick Henry had 20 carries for 126 yards. Xavier Flowers had 4 receptions for 138 yards. Aaron Rodgers was showing up. See, this is what I was saying when we were talking about Arthur Smith as. Arthur Smith is going back to the playoffs. So like I said, bro, I don't know what was really going on with Arthur Smith in the Falcons, but they haven't had a losing season still. Since they put him over there as an offensive coordinator, maybe he was just meant to be an offensive coordinator. So you never know. But he ain't been fucking up over there. So I don't know how to really even say that, give credit to credit due. It could be just he could be just a fit for offensive coordinator or whatever, but he's showing the fuck up, doing better than what the fuck we doing over here. We ain't made the. All right, y'all. My bad. I had to go get my food and I had to pause it. And y'all know this shit be acting stupid, man. My bad. All right. So this the playoff. This the playoff picture that we got going up. The AFC. The Broncos got a first round bye, so we won't see old ass bro Knicks this week. January the 12th, we will be. What's that? No, that's on a Monday. So what's this? Sunday. Jaguars play the Bills. I don't know how this game was gonna turn out. I'm gonna go ahead and make my picks now. Because to me, right, if Trevor Lawrence have a good game, it's not gonna and they lose, it's not gonna hit as hard if Josh Allen do and they lose. Because this is Josh Allen year. Josh Allen you don't have Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. You really is, when I'm looking at it from every team, from Broncos, Aaron Rodgers old as fuck. You got CJ Stroud still young, Trevor Lawrence young, Drake May, I think this is his first year, and then you got Herbert, who's only been to the playoff, I think, twice. Bro, this is really your year. If you don't win, if you don't go to the Bills don't go to the fucking Super Bowl, we're going to have to start asking some questions about Josh Allen. Because did he really need Stephon Diggs? You know what? I would like to see the Bills versus New England. I would love to see Josh Allen versus Stephon Diggs and the Patriots. Because if you don't remember, when Stephon Diggs and goddamn Josh Allen was there, it was a little friction. That's why they got Stephon Diggs to fuck up out of there. So I want to see that, but you know what I mean? This is Drake May's first year. The playoffs is different, and it's a night game. But they're playing the Chargers at the Chargers. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna pick the Bills to win, and then I'm gonna go out with a limit. I'm gonna pick the Patriots, y'all. I'm gonna pick the Patriots for that game, and then for the Steelers and Texans, I'm gonna pick the Texans. All right. For the NFC, Seahawks got a bye. The Panthers shouldn't even be in this fucking thing. That's another thing they need to change. How the fuck is the Panthers 8-9, the 4th seed? And this divisional shit, they need to change that. Just because a motherfucker win a division does not mean it should be divisions top 1 through 4 and then everybody else. Because what are you saying the other teams that have whooped everybody else ass all year and been winning their game? Panthers had to pray for the Falcons to get for a D offer of fucking interception just to be in this bitch. So I'm taking St. Louis because the Panthers looked like shit the other day. But mind you, you never know when it comes to the playoffs. I just feel like the Rams are still a better team. They have a better offense. I want to see how this is Bryce Young first time in the playoffs. Let's see if they can execute and get their shit, they can be on point, because they look like shit versus Tampa. But I do think the Rams will come out of this game. I don't even see it being really that close, y'all. Next game we got is the Eagles versus the 49ers, right? So Jerry has the Eagles going to the playoff versus the Bills. And I need to ask him, is he reconsidering this after watching how the offense of the Eagles? Like I said, Eagles offense just ain't been clicking to me all year. I don't care what their record is. It's been too much confusion. And I know the 49ers did lose to the Seahawks, and their offense wasn't shit. But to me, I just feel like their offense is way better than that. The only way the Eagles offense have to click, because the 49ers defense ain't really that shit. The 49ers have this home game though. I think they're hosting the home game. Let me see. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. No, they're not hosting the fucking game. So, I don't know now. The Eagles might win this motherfucker then. Because they are at home. That's a home field advantage that plays a big key to me in the playoffs and shit like that. So, I don't know, y'all. But, let me see something. I do not know. But, the Eagles, I'm going to take the 49ers. Even though the Eagles are at home, I'm going to take the 49ers. It just depends on what type of Eagles we get, what type of Eagle offense we going to get. Next game we got is the Bears versus Packers. I'm taking the Bears. Packers been looking like trash to me. So, y'all got my picks for the playoffs in the first round. I know y'all probably talking shit because I'm eating. I really don't give a fuck. I'm hungry as shit. Nigga ain't ate nothing all day. But this is episode 90, man. I appreciate everybody that have supported me. We ain't had a little rough season. We ain't had a rough year. At the end of the year, I wish I had my brother Q here for a weekend been doing this, but I know he's smiling now. I got another episode that I'm working on. I think people really be listening to my mental health a lot more than they be listening to this goddamn sports shit now, because I don't be having nobody to debate with this shit, which I understand. But like I said, I'm gonna get better. I be balancing a lot of shit, y'all. A lot of shit. And that's probably why I ain't do this shit yesterday. And I don't even think I'm gonna work my other job today, but I appreciate everybody that really fuck with me. I want to shout out my brother CJ for opening up his clothing line. You know, I always support my brothers and what they do, man. So shout out to him. Y'all go support him and his clothing brand. This is episode 90. And like I said at the fucking beginning, please click subscribe, the like button, like y'all, thumbs up. It ain't fucking hard. Y'all do it for these celebrities that don't give a fuck about y'all. I'll respond back. I probably cussed a few people out in my comments the last few days off that politics shit. That politics shit was hidden, but y'all motherfuckers love politics for some fucking reason. So that's another reason I be on that shit. And I ain't do it today, but I'm gonna do it sometime this week. But I'm working on something else that I want to do, and that's probably gonna take me I want to do it tomorrow. I don't even fucking know how I'm gonna feel. I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow, but this is episode 90, y'all. I'm out, man. I'm Ajay Brown. I'm out, y'all. One.